you got for us, Chastity?
Well, Cherish, we have seafood. That's what I smell. I walked over here and I smell seafood. We're with John from the Italian Fisherman. He is making linguine this morning with spicy shellfish, which could be a bit of a tongue twister if I say it too fast. So we won't do that. We'll just say spicy shellfish.
There you go.
So first of all, let's talk about what you had to do to get ready for this morning.
Well, we did a lot of prep. We went ahead and we did some linguine. We did it al dente, which means it's not really cooked to the fullest extent, about 80%. The reason we didn't go a little bit more is because we're going to be putting it through another heat phase when we add all these liquids.
Okay.
So I went ahead and I took some of that fresh sausage you saw me cutting earlier in an olive oil. I browned on both sides.
Dude, that looks
and
good
I'm going to go ahead and put that in the juices in here.
And you were telling me if someone was wanting to make this recipe, this isn't necessarily something you have to put in
Right.
there.
If you don't want a meat product, you can use something like Tony's or cayenne pepper to get the spiciness.
Right.
Maybe you just don't want the spiciness, just want everything else. And that's okay too. Okay. We're going to add a little bit of white wine also as part of this recipe.
Dude, that's going to make it smell good too, isn't it?
Part of the sauce. I just finished. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put in some basil too. Okay.
So is any white wine okay with
dry
this?
one, a dry one.
Okay.
Unless, but I mean, again, if you like your sweet wines, go ahead and use a sweet wine.
Okay.
Most cooking is going to use a dry wine, but then that's, I guess, just because most Italians drink dry wines,
right,
whether it be white or red. All right, now I'm getting ready to take the second step here. We've taken these Roma tomatoes, we put it in boiling water just for a short period, take it out, wanted to cool it so that I can go ahead and start working to deseed it and also to peel off the skin.
Why is that important?
Well, it just, a lot of people don't like the skin, but it makes it, it's just a texture thing.
Okay.
But again, if you put a tomato in hot boiling water, and just for 10 or 20 seconds, you're not trying to cook the tomato, and then you throw it in the ice water. It's that expansion contraction thing that makes it easy to go ahead and take the skin off, which we're doing, and then we'll be again deseeding it and chopping it, and that's going to go in there, and then we're going to get ready to take some fresh garlic and shallots in olive oil and go ahead and get the fragrance out of that. And then we'll be adding clams and clam juice, and we'll be adding all
kinds of stuff.
The mussels, and which are from New Zealand, and then we'll add some good Gulf shrimp, and we'll mix it all together, and it creates its own sauce, and ought to be good enough to eat.
Now, well, I'm sure it is going to be. Now, we're talking about a Chef Showdown, and that's Thursday at Five Rivers. Are you going to be there?
Yes, I'm happy to support this effort for the Leukemia Foundation. I am shutting the restaurant down Thursday night just to be able to participate. I apologize in advance to any guests that would want to come Thursday night, but I left it on my voice message. But the restaurant's not open if I'm not in the kitchen.
Right.
And I'm just happy to support this and the fine people at Hargrove that actually asked me, who are the major sponsor, I guess. It's a good cause, and we like to be good community citizens.
And as far as tickets to this, where can they get those?
Primarily at Hargrove is my understanding.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you can buy them there at Five Rivers or not. It starts at 6 o'clock, I believe, but I'd call Hargrove, engineers, contractors.
Okay.
I know Springdale Travel is one of the sponsors, too, for the wonderful 7-day trip to St. Croix.
Ooh.
And so maybe Springdale Travel is going to be an outlet. I'm not sure.
So can you tell me what you're going to be cooking that night?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to do what's called Crawfish Imperial. It's going to take fresh eggplant. It's going to, dip it in an egg wash. It's going to use seasoned breadcrumbs. We're going to deep fat fry that. We're going to take and saute some crawfish tails in sherry and butter and a little seasoning. Put that on top of the eggplant and then cover it with our cream crab bisque that people love.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, Chef John, if it's anything like what you're making today with all these great ingredients that you're putting in, I'm sure you're going to be one of the fan favorites.
Well, we just want people to have a good time and taste some good tastes.
All right. So what are we doing coming up in the next cooking segment?
We're just going to go ahead and sort of bring together the final stages of, we'll do the clams the next segment, and then we'll save the mussels to the last segment and with the shrimp.
And I'll be back for the last segment, which is the best one because I Cherish will be back for the second segment in just a little bit, and we'll put these clams into the mix. If you want to see the recipe, go to fox10tv.com. You can see all the ingredients that Chef John is working with this morning. Cherish.
Linguine with spicy shellfish is what Chef John from the Italian Fisherman is making this morning. I see some clams over here, some shrimp over here. It's already smelling good. You said that's the garlic that smells so good, huh?
Yes, sauteed in olive oil, some garlic and shallots, and some of that nice Roma tomato. Now we're going to go ahead and add clams.
Okay.
And clam juice.
Right. And if you want this recipe, you can make this at home. Studio 10 page, fox10tv.com. You can also get this at the Italian Fisherman, right?
Yes, we will feature it, probably next week.
Okay.
Next week. But all right, so we got that working. We got some temperature there. We're going to cover it. And let me raise the temperature just a bit, because we're going to go ahead and cover it. And that's going to take a few minutes. It's because we want the clams to get good and steamed.
All right.
Then we're going to be adding the mussels after that.
Okay.
And then we're going to go ahead and be adding the shrimp. Now also this last step over here, I added a little bit of this Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, which is the finest cheese of Italy. It's really the most expensive too that comes over here. And it's a medium hard cheese, but that's cheese is in there too. We'll be adding more cheese at the end, basil. One thing that you always do with shells, whether it be mussels or clams, is that if they don't open, you don't really want to eat them. There can be a little bit of toxicity. It's not going to kill you, but it's not going to be good. So anytime you steam something like that, if the clam or the mussel doesn't open, you want to discard that.
Is that how you know it's ready, when they open?
Yes, that's one of the steps. Yes, absolutely. That they'll open, which means that you're getting the juice out and you're getting the flavor components you're going to want to bring together.
So we're just watching to make sure that when they open, we know to add the mussels.
Yeah, that's excellent that you got a clear topping on top here too. It makes it real easy. You don't have to keep taking it off.
Now some of the mussels are already open, so how do we know when they're done?
Because the fact that they did open, they've been refrigerated. Actually, I just took them out of the freezer.
So they're already cooked?
Yeah,
okay.
Those are cooked.
Got it.
They're
okay, just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Make sure we're on the same page here. Now, wait a minute.
No, the clams I got from Fresh Market in their seafood department. The mussels came in frozen from New Zealand.
Okay, cool. All right, we're going to let this cook a little bit. Recipe again, fox10tv.com on our Studio 10 page. You can go visit the Italian Fisherman, Old Shell Road, right near Florida Street in Mobile, open Wednesday through Saturday, 5:30 to 9. Second annual Chef Showdown is Thursday. You're going to be cooking there. Chastity's going to tell you a little bit more about the Chef Showdown and how you can benefit the Leukemia and Lymphoma Foundation coming up. But right now, Chastity's going to give us a little weather.
Well, something that would look really nice on your dining room table, this dish from Chef John with the Italian Fisherman. We are making shellfish linguine. Cherish and I have been having a very hard time saying that this morning, but Chef John, I somehow said it right that time.
Yeah, well, practice makes perfect. That's why I keep cooking. Going to get it right one of these days. Well, we've taken our nice sauteed tomato, clams, mussels, garlic and such, and created a tremendous sauce, which you and I had a sneak taste of.
Yes, we did, and it was perfection.
And it's, as you notice, it's a light sauce, clear sauce, and that's why this is an ideal dish for summertime. Sit out in the patio with a nice crisp glass of white Italian wine. Enjoy this with all the bounty of the Gulf and other regions, because we don't have the clams here, I guess. But
well, that's what you were telling me. This is a great summertime dish.
Yep, and again, it's got the Italian sausage in there for spiciness. If you don't like that, just go ahead and use a little Tony's Creole seasoning or something like that. Or if you don't want the spiciness, it's good enough as it is. So it's just great flavors.
I see you picking out all that sausage.
Well, I want people to see that too, yeah. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and put these beautiful Gulf shrimp.
Oh, those shrimp look wonderful.
Yep. Yeah, they are.
And we'll talk about an event that we have coming up on May 22nd, the Chef Showdown. That's at 5 Rivers. And you and I were talking about this during the first cooking segment about where to purchase tickets. And I was looking on this information sheet, and you can purchase them at Hargrove Engineers, but you can also purchase them online. And so we're going to put that website on our website, fox10tv.com. It's fairly long. And so we can link you up to that if you want to get tickets. Again, that's May 22nd. And tell us about the Chef's Showdown.
Well, there are 7 food establishments that have committed to help this good cause for leukemia. And so we're going to be out there, I think, from about 6 to 9. Each establishment is going to have one of its fun dishes, signature dishes, and then the donations given at each table will be used to tabulate who's the mystical winner is. It's all in fun, all for a good cause, so there's no losers. But you won't hurt my feelings if you leave lots of money at my table.
Oh, I think he is going to be a fan favorite. This dish looks great. If you want to check that out, it's on fox10tv.com. I'm about to take a bite of this. I know you're jealous. We'll be back in a couple minutes.